Talk with Erika Miley, 'cause sexuality is tough. And okay, sex just isn't good enough, no. Sex Talk with Erika Miley.
Hey folks, welcome to Sex Talk with Erika Miley. Erika Miley here. Last episode of the season, just you and me. Last episode of 2021. Oh, y'all. This year. Can you believe we're here? Can you believe we're at the end of this 2021? This year really has continued to be a shit show for so many of us. For me too. For my clients. We've got new variants of COVID. Folks trying to figure out how to work, how to pay bills, how to put their kids through school, how to pay student loans that they tell us they're going to come into repayment, and now today they paused them again. It's another year. It's made it really difficult how to figure out how to access anything erotic, anything that has anything to do with sexual desire. Shit, just manage our daily mental health. Just trying to keep it together day by day. Sometimes hour by hour, sometimes minute by minute. I just want to honor that because fuck y'all, like this has been a lot. This year has been and continues to be a lot. And the holidays are for so many of us, like this mix of feelings. For some of us, that is very that mix is mostly negative, filled with loss and grief and guilt or sadness or loneliness. For some of us, there is some joy. For some of us, there is some togetherness with families. Some of us, there is some togetherness with friends. You know, for my family and I, we often have a lot of friends get-togethers during this time of year because many of our friends are our family. Many of us in the Alphabet Mafia, that's the case. So I hope all of you at some point are getting some respite, some rest, some togetherness time with any of the people that you like, tolerate, enjoy. And let me just say, remember them boundaries. I've been saying that to all my clients. I've been saying that in my own head. What boundaries do I need for myself? What boundaries do I need with other people during this time? Because we want to be together so bad. But often it is very difficult and comes at we will put our boundaries to the side to try to have that togetherness, when in reality we still need those boundaries. And those boundaries can be anything from really small to even a boundary around your presence if you need it. Those boundaries could be time limited. You don't have to spend the whole week. You can go for a dinner. You can go for an hour if that's what you want to do. Some of us have toxic families that it makes it even more difficult. Like you can't spend the time. So remember, boundaries are not all or nothing. They can go from anything from micro boundaries to macro boundaries. So big or small to big. See, my brain is ready to just shut off for today. It's ready to shut off for the year. Just go to sleep till 2021 is done. Wake up and be like, okay, now it's January. Let's try to do something with this. So I really wanted to say thank you to our listeners and our wonderful guests that we had this season. And my goodness, did we have some incredible guests this season. We had Tina Love telling us her story, her personal story about how power and control and abusive relationships really, really impact our bodies and our sexual selves and how to essentially reclaim our lives after that. Cindy Darnell, y'all know I'm a fan, telling us about how our culture really is generally erotically hostile. It means that pleasure is not our focus. Creating healthy relationships based on that pleasure is not our focus, especially in American culture. And you know what? Really, like, shit, we can confirm that just with 2021's events. Again, hitting our fight or flight or freeze mechanism again and again isn't erotic, isn't filled with pleasure. We had Heather McPherson help us understand how learning about our bodies can really inform our experience of desire. You got to meet two of the therapists that work in my practice. This is a real plus, at least on my end. I really was excited to introduce you to Jen Adair, which I know that we've done an episode in the past together. Just reintroduce you to Jen. And Sana Shook. Sana is a friggin' badass. Sana, Dr. Sana, let's be real. Come on now. They are both incredible human beings that can help you with what 2021 has had and what has been thrown at you and what 2022 may hold. So, and we've got some other folks we've added to the roster who we'll do future episodes with, that I can't wait to share with you. I also want to make sure we give a shout out to Cassie Wilnauer. Her and I sat and we talk about how you can tell diet culture to fuck right off. And if you need reminders coming into 2022, especially since all of our social media feeds are going to fill with fucking diet industry bullshit and how your bodies are not enough and how you need to share the COVID-20 or whatever the fuck it's going to tell you, go back and listen to that episode. I will put it in the replay of the feed just so that you can remember, because this is between now and the end of February. We're all going to be inundated in our social media feeds and any of the streaming services that we all watch. Gigi Engel, just a freaking badass, told us how to be a big sister, and this was based on a lot of her own experiences and working and writing within the field of sexuality, and how having an understanding about our bodies can really influence how we build and create relationships throughout our lives, and how writing in the sexuality field what it has taught her about her own life. Vanessa Carlisle, y'all go back and listen to that episode. If you haven't listened to that episode, Vanessa's episode is really, really cool. She became a fiction writer this year, and she's a sex worker and has incorporated that into her fiction writing. It's really lovely work and definitely worth reading. She also taught us about what does it mean to be a death doula. And so we talk about what is it like to be part of a person's sexual life and potentially being part of somebody's end of life, and how those things are very interconnected, and how she talked about what a blessing it was to be able to be witness to those things of humanity. Very, very cool conversation. We had Holly Hartman. She bared her soul to us, folks. Told us her story about how covert sexual abuse of her ex-partner, of her, and what transformation has happened in her own life, but also how to help others heal, and what healing can do for your own sexual life and your own intimate relationships across the board. Last and not least, DeAndrea Blylock Solar taught us how the Christian church could be doing better, and how specifically how it could not be using shame as a tool against body and pleasure. We got in deep this year, y'all, and I don't think I had to go there. I had to be there with you all. I feel like the last couple of years we've been in a lot of pain. And so I wanted to bring you people who were deep thinkers, were willing to face big darkness. I feel like that the people I brought in the season needed to be the people who could say that they have seen and witnessed darkness like the rest of us have. So I hope that is what you got from it. I also gave you a solo episode about how my research is going about ADHD and how it impacts women's sexual functioning. Still in process, y'all. Don't worry. It's all happening. It's just slow. I'm tired. Feel like that is the state of our world, is varying levels of exhaustion. So I just again and again am so tickled when I see reviews from you all, when I see comments from you all, when I get emails from you all. Please keep them coming. It helps me continue to do this work. And if you all haven't jumped on Good Pods yet, I am like pleasantly and wonderfully surprised that we're in the top 5 indie sexuality podcasts on Good Pods. Y'all go check it out. Come on. It's really cool because that app actually features independent podcasts like mine. Mine is ran by me. The only thing I pay for is editing, because I try to see as many clients as I possibly can, and I don't have time to edit the show. But everything else, it's all of it is by me and the staff here at the Center for Mental and Sexual Health, which I am endlessly appreciative of. So I want to give a shout out to not only all the guests and all the listeners, but a shout out to Amanda. You just keep my professional life together. Amanda, you are such a wonderful blessing to us. Amanda is our administrative assistant here at the Center for Mental and Sexual Health. She just really keeps me together. She even, before I did this episode, she even emailed me. She was like, do you want me to put a reminder in your calendar so that you remember when to record? And I'm like, girl, you know me too well. So thanks to Amanda. Thanks for the therapists that work for me. Thanks to Jen and Sana and Regina and Erika. Yes, y'all, we got another Erika. I can't wait to introduce you all to the other therapists that work here at the Center for Mental and Sexual Health. Folks, really, as much as we live in a time of darkness and complexity, I deeply am humbled by getting to do this all the time. I am deeply humbled when I get message from you, and I hope that this finds your ears. Getting some rest, getting some times off, getting days off. I wish orgasms for all of you, whether self-made or with a partner. Really. Thank you, listeners, very much for a 2021 that we all got through. I don't want to call it wonderful, but it has been wonderful to get to talk to you during this season. I wish you all wonderful holidays, regardless of what holiday you celebrate. Thanks. We will see you at the end of January for the next season.